Hi guys, it's Aegis here. So today I'm here with another decent deck profile, and this will be the final one that I did for decks that are using 46 cards for main decks, because I don't have any more of the decks that I built that are still using 46 cards. We are getting into the new deck constructions with 50 cards main deck and 4 rider cards. So this will be the final one because I did make the deck, so I still want to show you guys how I go with it, and then we will go towards the 50 cards main deck era. And starting from the next deck profile, it will be using 50 cards main deck and 4 rider cards, so we will start separating those away. So whenever after this video, everything that I posted should be within the current meta, or like within the current correct deck constructions. Now the date I'm recording this is still like early January, so the rules still haven't applied. That's why I'm putting it there. But starting from next deck profile, I will be changing it because I'm already going towards that using the energy gauges. I'm still trying to get used to it, but I think it's important that we move forward. But if you, for example, even with this deck profile, if you want to see like how small changes you can do to it, feel free to comments down below. Let me know if you want a simple change to make it a 50 main deck cards version, or maybe if it has more upgrades, then I might actually do something different while it's in a 50 card main deck situation. But now it's still a 46, so do keep in mind that that is still a 46 card main deck, so you won't be too surprised if you are actually coming from the future, looking back and asking like why this main deck is 46. That's why, because we haven't get into it yet, and after this deck profile, everything will go into that part. So what I'm going for is Avantgarda to complete the 46 cards main decks that I did. So it is a very good deck. It applies very early pressure if you control it very well. It really needs you to keep being aggressive and apply pressure to your opponent, because while we haven't get the update, which is one match that I did play in BCS Melbourne when I was in Australia, Melbourne for holidays and went to play, I used my Soldier and I deck out Avantgarda. So it can be very aggressive, but then it's sometimes you'll miss the person right, and what we have with DPD 13 is actually helping us to upgrade what we are lacking and give us a different strategy, kind of. And with the triple drive booster, I finally get to complete all the promos and stuff, so here we are. Yeah, so next, going to the main deck. First, 3 more Avantgarda, and then 3 of the new Richter. So this is important because without this, Person Right is still a very big threat that you can guarantee withstand. And if you can go into Person Right and then go into this, then you can do a lot of attacks with your Vanguard, which is crazy because this will copy this. So with Person Right, this will attack 2 times, and then it will turn into this, so your Vanguard will attack 3 times in total, which can be a very good finisher unless your opponents get an OT, but that's something that you can't always foresee, so we'll just let that slide. And the reason I have rooms for a lot of Richter, which some people only use like 2 because they use the Person Right support, or say the right cost support that you can ditch it, so +1, put it back to the bottom of the deck and draw one during your right phase. I don't have that card, so I don't have that worry at all. So if you are worried about needing the money to buy that card for this deck profile, then you don't need to worry about that. But if you're going towards a 50 card deck, then maybe you will need to consider. Maybe, up to you. But with the Richter, is really a very good support card. Not only that, it allows your Vanguard to do 3 attacks in total, maximum, because even if you didn't personalize, you can still copy the skill when you put in the strategy that if it's on hit, you can still extend, right? So it's just that if you personalize, you don't need to care about the on hit. So it still have a potential to do 3 Vanguard attacks. And what is good about Richter is that it kind of saves you a turn when you don't have personalize and you don't want to use a single strategy order. So first, as long as your Vanguard is a grade 3 or a Avantgarda grade 3, basically this, and your opponent is on grade 3, you can bind this card and write this card on top. And what it does, it also copies all your active skill that you already gained or already have. So if you put in something, you can still, so this skill can still be active, so which is helpful. But then when this unit attacks battle ends, you can as long as your soul have the pilot, the grade 0, then you can place this on top back, and this card will get plus 10k and minus 1 drive, but it will not have the on hit or not resend skill because it's a new unit, and during the battle phase there's no way that you can put in a strategy order as the Vanguard skill to activate it unless we have some promo support that makes that happen, which I don't think is coming. So what about the second skill is that if you don't put any single strategy order, you only lose the on hit or personalized guarantee hit part, but then you can still use this card to swing and bring a vanilla back with plus 10k and minus 1 drive and do a single drive. So when you are really like don't have a single strategy order, or you don't have personalized, or you don't really think it's worth doing it because your deck is so thin. Because think about that with this, so you personalize, you go into this. So we are talking about the maximum things. So first, you attack with a train drive, right? So you're getting 2 cards, restand, assuming you personalize or assuming you on hit because we are talking about the maximum, minus 1 drive, right? There's 3 cards, and then you go into this and you attack again with a single drive. There's 4 cards. To a lot of situations, that's a good thing for you because you get 4 cards that are inside the drive check, so it can bring you more if they are triggers. But if your deck is very thin, like you only have 4 cards, if you do that, you lose. So it's basically like you on here, you have another one in hand, you have this, right? And you have only 4 cards left in your deck, assuming they are not draw triggers. So you won't go inside a draw trigger and draw yourself to death. Just say that. If you are going with this and going to this, you're going for the maximum, you will deck out while you are trying to do your 4th attack, right? So what you can do is you actually can keep this in hand or even just play it as a regard, go into this and then bind it, right? And then you do a train drive and then you go into this and do a single drive. That way you can have 1 card left, or maybe like if you have 5 cards left, then that means you have 2 cards left, and then you can at least draw 1 with your Vanguard. Do not attack for a single time and still attack with a regard, so you kind of still have a turn if you can guard for yourself. So this is a strategy that I think people should keep in mind when you play the deck, because it's quite easy to deck out while you keep like squeezing cards out of your deck, trying to surge, trying to do a lot of drive checks, and you forgot. And then when you are having 4 cards left and then you personalize, then that means you may not use this at all. You might just go into personalize and then just swing, right? And if you're in a very important tournament and you have 4 cards left and you go for personalize and then you already declare this, that's the end for you. kind of, right? So we don't want that to happen. So this is another strategy that you can go for. And when you see your opponent is not like kind of having a feeling to you that if you go in that you can win, or even when you don't have personal right? So instead of just going for a maybe on hit, then why not just go into this and then just swing and do a simple swing with this, do 3 drive checks, be happy, and save your strategy orders, because you don't run a lot of strategies orders. Once they run out, you run out. So this is something that you can consider. Hopefully it can help you out when you are actually thinking of the moves to do. Next, I'm running 4 of the Ala Tagente. So I finally get my 3rd and 4th copy through the triple draft booster. So you can see that different one, 2 of them is foil from the triple draft booster, and 2 are the promo ones. Now, this is very important because she gets so much power, and she is how you can keep recycling your strategy orders by soul blasting them from your soul, and then collect another one from deck or maybe from the drop. So it's very important to add 4. I tried to, and I just don't feel comfortable, and now we can have a cheaper option to get her. So I'm very happy that I can finally get a playset. For the EN side, maybe you guys are easier to get her. Maybe I didn't check the price because I only buy 3 gear cards for English, so yeah, I can't tell it. But if it is something that expensive, then it will be cheaper. And then 3 of the Wreck Gwen, so the robot, also for the high attack power, because I'm not using some other like fancy generic support. I don't have the cat, I don't have again the right line support, so I'm going for power. And because we still have a chance to do 3 Vanguard attacks, so everything that can make the site stronger, while your Vanguard can just keep going in without the regards attack first, is very important. And then we have our Hanada halfway. So he is your counter charge and draw resources, so there's no reason that we should take him out at all. And then with the new card, which is Asagi Milestone. So Asagi Milestone can help you grab a Avantgarda. So it can be this, it can be this. So this allows you to actually ditch these cards more using your riot deck while keeping your key pieces, because you just need to counterblast 1 while this appears on Riga Circle, because your Vanguard is completely for sure blue Death Stars, so you will be activate the skill as long as you want to. And then this card is so easy to get the 5k as long as your strategy card was put from AutoZone into your soul this turn, so the extra power helps. So your counterblast is mainly for restands, and then just getting the pieces you need by drawing cards, by directly getting Avantgarda from drop zone, right? And halfway will just help you to counter charge every single turn at least for once. That already helps you to guarantee the counterblast you need for restand. So yeah, that's basically it. And then going into PGs, I'm using 3 of the normal booster PGs, and then 1 as a placeholder, because we see actually a lot more Great Force happening. There's a lot of lures, there's a lot of Shiranui, so this is still needed, especially against the lure, which I did talk in the lure deck profile that the win con is very strong. So having 1 chance to just dodge that is very important, and any kind of handguard restrictions. So there we go. Okay, now with the strategy cards, I'm running 3 of the dead wins, because the power buff with these 2 together is very strong. and then dusting for simple early on hit pressure, especially when you first ride into Avantgarda and you kind of want to threat your opponents to at least drop a PG instead of just letting them to simply say 2 pass. This is a good card to go for. And then one of the Q stroke, because you can just search through the right line, is very important. Your dusting can also be searched through the right line, so which is very great. So far, I think this ratio is doing me okay, especially when I have all of the Gante or the Gente here with her maxed out, so I can basically pick whatever I need up very easy. And that's basically it. And we are going into triggers already. So triggers, the Branket OT, because this is OP as F, so we know what's happening. We go in with this as long as it creates something that gives us the Vanguard a double the crit. It's basically how you wins. And then to make things faster, I'm running 8 more crits, so things can go very fast. And then 3 of the effect draws, I finally get my hands into them, and it's really important, the extra 5k. And then 4 normal heals. If you want to use effect heals, you can, but because this deck is not actually going for a very long game, because even if we say long, it's normally when you are decking out yourself, so it's not exactly very long, and the ideal situation is you finish your opponents like on a second grade 3D ride, probably maximum. So basic guard for early games is really important, so I'm going for a normal 15k's guards, and then this with extra 5k shield, while keeping some little of the draw power. Yeah, so yeah, the idea of this deck is simple enough. Just keep swinging, especially swing early and trying to apply the pressure, and then make sure you use the Richter carefully, because like you can go in for a person ride, 3 Vanguard attacks turn, or you can save all your strategy order, because I'm only running 6. That if you think, okay, it's not worth to just use the strategy orders, then you use the strategy that tells you just no person ride, no strategy in, go in, swing, switch back, and swing, right? So things are easy, and we are getting over with the 46 card stack, and we are going into the new era, so that is a good thing to see, because while playing a 50 card deck, already seeing some difficulties already, like a lot of key parts are actually so far away from getting drawn, so yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to get used to, and I'm happy to like, as the last deck that I built before we get into the new era is this, because this can be a very good deck if you pilot it well, and it can be a very good rogue deck while your opponent's doing some like longer run decks, because while they are like, okay, everyone is taking a little bit time to build their board to be threatening, so I can have time to save our resources, and once I starting to stack those resources up like Lord, then you are in trouble. But this deck is telling you no. It's like, I'm going in fast, and if I can't go in fast, I know I'm losing, but maybe I still have a chance. But if you let me in one time, you will be in trouble. Yeah, so that's it for this deck profile. Thanks for watching. So share with your friends, letting them know that I'm starting to do more 50 main deck card stacks, and I'm hoping to also do a lot more premium deck profiles too. I just need a little bit more sparking on ideas, then I will start doing more on those. And then of course, subscribe for more different deck profiles, deck fights, unboxing videos. Yeah, that's basically it. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.